Horns down.
Sorry, Mike. Not sorry.
You're 0 for 1
think,
on Bang against Texas.
Oh!
I hope that.
Bad pick, Tate. You said you're 0 for 1. Good evening, degenerates, and welcome back to the Thursday college football episode. Degen Hours special, and we love college football. It's always our longest episode. We love college.
Bro, what?
All right, that's the
We
energy.
love it.
Go ahead.
Bang!
Go ahead.
We love it.
Let's get in the picks. Let's get in the
Yeah, just
Jesus Christ. First game of the week, big game, very big game. This is a game Ryan's been talking about for a long time.
Oh, Ryan's been talking about
Very long time.
Yeah.
So
Long time.
obviously we're starting with you. Georgia at Tennessee. UGA's -10. The total is 58.5. Huge game for a lot of reasons.
Yep.
Ryan, tell us why this is a big game and tell us the pick you've been waiting to bet all season.
Georgia. Beautiful road, SEC championship.
They're already
lost
in.
the game.
They're already in.
No, I'm saying beautiful road they have. SEC
Yeah.
championship,
Yeah.
undefeated. Go to the college football playoff. Everything looks perfect. Woo! The bus flips over off the side of the road. Everyone's dead. Tennessee plus 10 is the bet. I'm not going off my bet that I've been talking about since preseason. Tennessee at home is the move. This is a weird spot that I think Tennessee's just going to put up points. They got players on their team. They got an offense that can score. Something last week that I saw was like, it started to look like a Pac-12 game where like if Ole Miss wanted to just keep scoring with Georgia, it could have kept going. Ole Miss just died off. Georgia just started to rouse them in the second half, pretty much at the end of the second quarter. I think Tennessee's going to put up some points. I think personally that this number, I'm so comfortable with this number, I think it should be like 17.5.
Really?
Every good team Georgia's played, like the Missouris that were ranked higher than Tennessee, Ole Miss ranked higher than Tennessee, all 14 and a half.
Those were home games, though.
Yeah.
No, okay, still, I think those teams are much better than Tennessee, or have shown they're better than
I
Tennessee.
mean,
all year.
Missouri killed.
Tennessee.
Yeah, murdered them last week.
So I would think
Missouri
this number
plus
would
one.
be
36-7.
even as a home number. I think this would be like 13.5, 14.5, something pretty high. I love this number. I love the plus 10. Over. I think really a ton of points, but I'm not going off what I said.
Are you picking Tennessee money line as well? I know you said that was your bet preseason.
I have to talk about the rest of my picks on the pod.
Okay. All right. I didn't know what we're doing here. I remember that was a big bet for you all season. Tate, does Georgia roll here? Yeah. How do you feel?
I don't know. It's a really weird spot. I kind of looked at this line for a really long time because, Georgia's only played 2 road games this year.
That's crazy.
That's
Two.
insane.
2 road games.
And I believe it the way.
And then one of them was against Auburn, which they struggled hard.
Have they covered either of those road games?
No, they have not covered either of those road games.
I didn't know. Now I have.
Were they play South Carolina at home? I thought it was
they
in
played
South
at
Carolina.
Vanderbilt.
I thought they played in South Carolina. I was pretty sure they played in South Carolina.
I thought
Okay.
they did too.
So
No,
0-3.
No, they played at home against South Carolina.
Oh.
That's a weird one.
Yeah. So it really freaked me out because I was like, wait, is Georgia just are they just not as good when they're on the road? And I know
Small sample size.
Tennessee is electric. Like that stadium is rocking.
we're rocking.
But I am so unconvinced of that Tennessee team, especially after watching them play Missouri. But why is the line 10? Like, why is it 10?
Are you guys just surprised on that? That line didn't surprise me in the
Yeah, it
slightest.
didn't really surprise me.
But they
It's a big number for an
Georgia
SEC road game.
murdered Ole Miss last week. And Tennessee lost by a million.
No, I mean, that was
Missouri.
a bad week, but I feel SEC road games, you usually don't see these big numbers.
It's
like,
not.
historically.
It's not only that, but look at Georgia's record this year. Like they don't blow out teams, right? So it's like
But against the people, the record that they
Last
played,
week.
the
Except for
good teams.
last week.
okay,
Kentucky,
besides last
Phil
week,
Kentucky,
look at the
Phil
whole
Ole
beginning
Miss.
of.
And then beat Missouri pretty hand. I mean, they played
Who?
really tough teams. Georgia.
It's
I'm just talking about them covering those like giant 17 or more spreads that they were giving them at the beginning of the season. I think Vegas is kind of learning and adapting to that. That's what it seems like.
I think
to
I'm
me.
just gonna ride with the dogs here. I think they're just a better team. I'm just not convinced on
You're
Tennessee.
going to ride with the home dogs? Give me some.
Yeah, no. Wait.
you mean the real dogs?
The real dogs.
The-
Yeah,
Georgia
the real
dogs.
dogs
That's
minus
alright.
the 10. I mean,
I can live with it.
I don't know. I'm just not convinced. I think it's just a lot. I mean, I think maybe Vegas might win here and Tennessee covers by.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's
I
on
don't
Georgia. All the money's on
yeah.
Georgia. And
Yeah, that's why Vegas could be rich.
Vegas is not going to win this game.
I'm a sucker.
The dogs -10 is the play here. It is one of those things that gets people into a trap early in the season. I kept saying this. I said this last week before the Ole Miss game where they blew them out. It was a 10.5 point spread. Georgia in the beginning of every season does not play well. especially against like mid-bad teams. They always just kind of coast. But when they start hitting those ranked games mid-season, it's like you're in a car and they just start kicking it up like different gears. And now they're in full steam ahead. They just got ranked number 1. If you don't think they're juiced, realizing what this means, like they coast. People are saying they're the best team in the league. They got Brock Bowers back. He played a little, scored a touchdown last week. He looks like he's back to his old self. I don't know. This is a game I think they just roll. I think it's the same thing that we've seen when they play really, really good teams, or they're ranked games at least. I don't know. Kentucky's not a great team. It was a big ranked game. They blew them out. Played some mid teams, didn't cover. Ole Miss, blow them out. So I think Georgia in a big win, -10. I love it.
Yeah, pretty similar on what you just said. I mean, Brock Bowers is back. They're absolutely moving and hyped to the dome that they just got ranked number 1. Carson Beck is also throwing 72% this year, which is
Had a sneaky good season.
absurd. I mean, yeah, I think plus they blew out their Ole Miss last week. I think they're going to continue to blow out teams, especially moving forward into a college football playoff season. Yeah, I'm taking UGA -17.5. Alt line it.
Alt line it all the way up.
Easy.
That's what the line should be.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Oh, and also the under 58.5. Easy.
under.
Under. Georgia scores.
I like that pick actually, but I'm not taking the under. Mario, how do you feel? SEC guy.
Yeah, no, preseason, when Ryan mentioned that, I was in total agreement with him.
Yeah.
But things have shifted. My only other bet preseason that I was like waiting all year to bet was LSU Bama.
Yeah.
Which like I'm convinced if we played them in the first 5 weeks when Bama looked like they
Trash.
we probably win that game. But like you kind of have to take out like what you thought preseason and kind of like reassess
Adapt.
as the season because like dude, Georgia's starting to hit a flow.
They did though. 2 weeks ago against Missouri, they were losing in third quarter.
But Missouri's that game went like,
Missouri's 9th team in the country.
and I said Missouri was like a lot better than people realize. Like even like last week, they were +1 against Tennessee. I was like, they're gonna kill them, and
They won 36-7.
Yeah, like so. I don't know. As much as this is gonna be like a huge game for Tennessee, I think this is gonna be similar to the Michigan game last week, where maybe in the first quarter, the first half, maybe it's around the number, but Georgia's just gonna be overpowering, and in the second half, this gets away. So
Okay.
give me the dogs and give me the over as well.
Like it. So you're probably right where you want to be there.
Yeah, it's
Only one who
perfect.
picks Tennessee.
Well, it's just like the Vegas and the public. Every
Yeah.
single person on Georgia. And
Yeah.
Riding against the public.
If
I mean,
I
it's
had-
usually a good spot to be.
Are we all on the over, or is anyone on the under?
Mike's under.
I'm on
I
the
didn't pick a
under.
side.
I'm on
I didn't pick a total. I mean, all right. Next game. It's a ranked matchup with one of the hottest teams in the Pac-12 that really no one's talked about. Utah at Arizona. Arizona absolutely on fire this season.
Yep.
Arizona's -1 at home. Total's 44.5. Arizona
Under the
sneakily
radar.
has only lost 1 game that didn't go to overtime. They've left 3 losses. They lost to an SEC team in overtime, Mississippi State. They lost to USC in overtime by 2. And their only other loss that was in regulation, Washington by 1 score.
Yeah.
So Arizona absolutely rolling recently. That quarterback,
Weird, yeah.
very, very good.
Yeah.
I'm going to start here. I love Arizona -1. Absolutely love Arizona -1. This was in mortal contention for me. I found a game I liked better than this one. But I'm all over this. I think Utah is bad. Like, they're really, really not good. They're kind of depressed from the last couple of weeks. They had early season aspirations to be in the conversation for the Pac-12 championship. Those have evaporated. They're on the road against a hot team. Arizona's building something. The quarterback's coming back next year. He's a freshman. So I love Arizona. I think they roll. Brian?
Yeah, Utah last week, I don't know if anyone watched the game or anything, but they were in very good control of that game until on that play that everyone talks about, that pick 6 that the guy dropped. That was the only play the starting quarterback for Utah didn't play. I think that's a huge thing. Utah drove right down the field to the other Washington's 10-yard line, hurt his ribs, came out of the game, backup comes in, throws a pick to the 1. Obviously, that was unfortunate. I think Utah could easily won that game. They played fantastic. I think that one play, I don't know why the coach doesn't run the ball when your backups. It was like one of those things where you have to sit out one play and you get hurt as a player.
Throw a Hail Mary.
I don't know why he threw the ball there and decided to get a pick, almost 6. But I love Utah +1 here. This will be the classic. Okay, Arizona. It was fun while it lasted. Time to play like they already did. A good Pac-12 school. I just think this is Utah. They could score. Utah. Everyone thinks everyone's on Utah's defense. They could score when they want to.
It's a low number, too.
Like, yeah, it's 44.5. They could score when they want to, and I love it. I think Utah and the over is going to be a big bet this game.
All right, Tate, Mr. Pac-12.
Yeah, I kind of talked pretty bad about Bryson Barnes last week. That guy he played well against Washington last week. I mean, he looked good.
Yeah.
Sneakily, Arizona actually has a much like better defense than you kind of think, and I think Utah's the same way. Controversially, though, I actually really like the over here. I love the over of 44.5, and I think I'm gonna go with Kyle Whittingham and the Utes in this game plus the 1.
So you're both on Utah in the over.
Yeah, Utah on the over.
Wow.
Mike,
Welcome
are
back to
you
the dark
riding
side.
with the sharp side of the table?
No, unfortunately, we're probably going to have a polarized table as we usually do. But looking just at rankings, Arizona actually has a better defense than Washington at 41 versus Washington's 44. With that being said, Washington was able to, as we previously mentioned, shut out Utah's offense. Obviously, if Washington can do it, I think Arizona can do it. Same idea that Utah was playing in away stadiums, both games.
What does shutout mean?
I was confused on that as well.
So the second half, they did not score. Utah did not score in the
'cause
second half.
Their quarterback, Utah's quarterback, got hurt, and they got the ball to the 10-yard line, and he threw the pick to the 1-yard
They
line.
did score 28 points.
They scored 28 points. It literally all happened in the first half.
No, I
Look at
understand.
the box score.
The word
Like-
shutout is an interesting term to throw around when they scored 28 points.
Yeah.
I think every time I mentioned it, I specifically said second half.
All right,
Rewind the clip.
All right.
I don't think he
I
said
might
second
not
half.
have. I'm sorry if I
Change-
didn't. But
live change.
anyways, second half shutout that Washington was able to do. I think Utah will, or I'm sorry, I think Arizona will also be able to do that.
Second half shutout.
There's no chance.
I mean, yeah, that's what I think. I'm gonna go with the under a 44.5, and I'm taking Arizona.
Arizona the under.
Yep.
Mario.
Sharp.
I really like the over. I don't know why. I just think I really like this quarterback for Arizona. He's really exciting. He's a
Fafita.
freshman. Yeah, Fafita. Dude, he just puts up points, and I think, I don't think Arizona's that good. Like, I think Utah can put up points. Obviously, I think they played out of their minds against Washington. They
Out of their minds.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't think they're going to be that good on offense this week, but I still think they're going to put up points. So I really like the over.
They couldn't have played out of their minds, though, because they got shut out.
Shut out the whole game.
Shut out.
They didn't score 1 point.
Well, second half they came back down to earth.
Oh, okay.
like Mike
just
said.
making sure.
yeah, shut out second half.
The first half, out of their minds, and that's kind of. I mean, that's actually like a pretty good determining factor. Like the team was just like juiced and ready for that.
Yeah.
And then like the second things didn't go their way, like they just kind of like
crumbled.
lost it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they were kind of over playing like higher than
Yeah.
really what they are. Yeah, I keep flip flopping on this. Initially, I was Utah, and I think I'm leaning Arizona minus the 1. That's a slight lean right now, but I like the over.
Oh, so a lot of over picks.
Yeah.
A lot of over picks. You're on the under because they showed
I'm
it
on the
last
under.
week. Next game is a crazy line that we had to talk about
Yeah,
because
all over this game.
based on the rankings, this line shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Louisville, 10th ranked Louisville at Miami.
Yeah.
Louisville's only a 1 point favorite.
Yeah.
Total's 46.5. Mario, I'm coming back to you here.
This
Does this line tell you something?
no, this is the easiest bet you've ever made in your life.
Really?
Yeah, you just type in a number on a little machine
10,000 to
with
25,000.
with Miami plus 1. Click enter,
Yeah.
and then you just check back next week. This episode,
Your account's up.
and your account's very very up in the green.
So
all-
it's just you're telling me Vegas is telling you something.
just Miami plus 1.
Miami plus 1.
Yeah, yeah.
The
This
easy
is
one.
this is a no comment game. Just Miami plus 1.
Okay, no comment.
Yeah,
Mike,
yeah.
are you going to comment?
I'm not gonna pick a side, but I'm definitely gonna take the under here. First of all, just based off the record, Louisville is 5-4-1 for the unders. Miami is 5-5. Very, very slight edge to the unders in this
Say
conversation.
5-4-1 and then 5-5.
Yeah.
That was the reason for taking the under.
10, 9, and 1.
Well, no. Also, I have more that I can.
Oh, go ahead.
speak
Yeah,
about.
yeah, go ahead.
Louisville has pretty much relied on their defense to carry them to where they're at.
They have.
With that being said, they also lost to Pitt week 4, who has
Another
the
line similar to this one.
who has the number 124 offense,
Yep.
which is electric. I think that was just a weird black sheep I don't know what happened there type deal.
Why you
I'm
gonna
still
throw
going to
color
take the
out
under. I'm only taking the
Put a
under.
little black sheep shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm
A little
walking
black
by.
sheep.
I'm walking by. So you're going under.
Hey, yeah.
But no side.
No side,
Yeah,
just under.
No side.
just under.
Yeah, my logic is the same as Mario's. This line tells you where you need to bet. You should be going Miami. I'm not though. I'm taking Louisville, and I don't like it a lot, but I feel like it's a reverse trap. I don't know. Something about
Those are the best games. And
something
you're
about
it's
it.
a trap, but it's not
the
a
line
trap.
tells you should bet Miami. So I'm thinking, if they're telling you need to bet Miami, where do they want you to go? It's a classic misdirection play. It's like a reverse. It's like a
No,
little counter.
reverse,
Yeah, it's a
okay.
counter.
Bing bang.
Louisville is a 10th ranked team. The last time they ranked this high, they had Lamar Jackson at quarterback. Louisville, I don't think is very good at all.
No.
Not at all. But
They're all
in
right.
their brains, they can conceive a way they can make the college football playoff. They're the 10th ranked team. They will play Florida State, who's the
They're
4th
out.
ranked team. I don't think they make the college football playoff at all.
Well, how could they even conceive that?
Big 12's out. Texas loses a game, right?
Yeah.
Pac 12's out. Like, whatever. They kill each other. They lose. And then you have Big 10, SEC, and then ACC champion.
And then you don't think like another, like Michigan gets in?
No, I don't think it's going to happen. But I'm saying they can convince themselves.
Conceivable
They can
mind.
they can convince themselves
0.001%
in the
chance.
locker room.
That's
They
adorable.
can look at themselves as the 10th ranked team, one loss, and they're going to have to play an undefeated Florida State. I'm thinking they can convince themselves. Their coach can convince the team that they can get there, that they didn't have aspirations for in the beginning of the season. No one thought Louisville was good. They weren't ranked to start the year. So I think Louisville somehow gets up for this game. It's a weird line. Definitely not going to be hammering it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pick 'em, really. So it's,
It is, and they're a 10th ranked team. They haven't been like this in forever. So I just think something about it gets them going. I hate the team though, but I'm taking Louisville.
Okay.
Yeah, I might be terrible at picking mortals, but one thing I'm very good at is understanding Vegas and their lines. I know for a fact, I don't know this, someone could look, but I know for a fact there's going to be 91% of the money on Louisville. I know this for a fact.
Let me check.
This is a Vegas.
That's true. Yeah, 90% of the money's on.
Yeah, Vegas
83%
is
of the
gonna.
public.
This
Shout
is
out
a,
Stats Guy Tate.
yeah. Shout out to that. This is a Vegas like freebie. It was like the UCF last week. Doesn't make any sense. This is where all like the people that don't understand sports or watch, they see they like their favorite teams or bet on
Reverse
something.
trap.
Vegas doesn't need to do that. These idiots. But Miami plus one is the bet here. I mean, it's just an easy bet. I do absolutely love the under because no matter what, this will be a game dependent on the line because it's so small, and I think it'll be a low-scoring game. None of these teams score. We watch Miami like they ran the ball and they threw one 87-yard touchdown in the second half. Their only pass play.
Great play
And-
design.
Shout out Miami.
And Louisville hasn't scored. Besides their run game, they can't do much. So I like the under. And I like
One thing quickly to monitor, I don't know if anyone knows this or if it's updated, but I know their quarterback who they had started in place of Van Dyke got hurt at the end of last game. I don't know
Ooh.
if he's playing this game.
That's not
So
good.
something to monitor. It might be Van Dyke back.
under,
as a
under,
starter.
under.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do lean under as well. Tate?
Just give me Miami the easy way. It's just that simple. I mean, Louisville's not. They're not as good as their record. They're
No.
not. They're not.
They're not. They can't be.
They can't
They're
be.
not.
But they're there, and they're kind of like, oh, hey, look at us. We're like, we made it. And then they're
Good for them.
eventually.
See, I think they're
eventually,
worried about
Damn.
like, oh, we have to stay here. Like
Yes.
the pressure's
Yep.
on them. You know what I mean?
and then they're going to
Miami
go
has nothing to lose.
into a hostile Miami.
Yeah.
hostile.
They're going to want to play
With nothing to
spoilers.
lose.
I don't know if
nothing
anyone
to
shows
lose.
up.
They
for
have
that
not.
game.
They have nothing to lose. You're so
Miami
right.
has
There'll be zero
nothing to
fans.
lose.
The
Nothing
fans
to
might
It's like I
lose.
said last week. It's like the Texans. You hate to play a team that has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is a scary line. I definitely think the sharp side is Miami, but for some reason I lean Louisville. Next game is one we have to talk about again because of the line.
I think you got to start us off here.
Of course I'm starting us off.
yeah.
North Carolina, ranked North Carolina, 2-loss North Carolina, still slightly in the hunt for the ACC championship game. If Louisville drops one, North Carolina can hop in there. Clemson is minus 6.5 point favorites. Unranked Clemson, 4-loss Clemson.
At home.
6.5 point favorites at home. Total's 58.5.
Yep.
The pick is Clemson. The pick has to be Clemson here.
It just has to be.
But if I'm betting with my brain,
Yeah.
I'm on UNC money line. So I am a Clemson fan. I will never bet against my team.
Yeah.
Like I will never have a bet where the money is against me winning or Clemson winning. But so for that reason, this game is not on my card at all.
Okay.
But Clemson's going to win the game. But the sharp play is for sure North Carolina here. It is. Clemson has looked really, really good the last couple weeks. Like very, very good ever since we had the win against Notre Dame. And then Dabo got everyone fired up. Last week, we just rolled Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
That was a slaughter. Our wide receivers for the first time ever showed up. Like we weren't catching balls in the beginning of the year. There was multiple one-handed catches and like insane touchdowns.
Nasty touchdown,
All the running
yeah.
backs, yeah. we found something again. So the pick is Clemson, but I'm not having it on my card.
Okay.
But the pick's Clemson because I'm a Clemson fan. Go Tigers. Buy all the stock you can.
Anything on the total?
No, I actually don't even touch the total here because I think there's a world in which we completely shut down North Carolina's offense. They have been stagnant in spots. I love Drake May, but our defense has really, really shown up. Our corners, sneakily one of the best groups in the country. That was not a spot we thought it would be. Everyone talked about the linebackers preseason, and then no one talked about Clemson at all after we started losing. But our corners, Nate Wiggins is going to be a top couple corner, maybe top 3 corner drafted. And we have 2 freshmen, Avion Terrell, who's the brother of AJ Terrell, and another guy, are both the 2 highest rated freshman corners in the conference. So I don't know. We have a lot going on for us on defense, so I'm not taking any pick in this game. Okay. Go Tigers. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, taking a side in this game is borderline moronic. I mean, North Carolina could win by 50. Clemson could win by 50. It could be a game-winning field goal. They could tie. Like, it's actually ridiculous.
Tied would be tough.
That would be tough, but it can happen. The best bet here is...
There's a road.
The easy bet here is the under 58.5.
That's where I'd lean.
This is way too many points in a game where this is a battle. This is like... I know Clemson, Dabo, dying for the stock. This is an all-in max play. Keep your job. Buy all the stock game. You cannot afford to lose this game. If they lose this game, all the hype about Notre Dame is toilet. Done. Trash. It's a rivalry game. You need this game. You need to win this game. I just think it'll be like Tyler said, like Clemson's defense is too good to give up Drake May points. Shut out, what's his name?
Tez Walker.
Tez Walker.
Nothing
The
really.
running back, too.
That's going to be a fun matchup, though. I don't know if anyone watches ACC football. Tez Walker, Nate Wiggins is going to be on him the entire game. We play man coverage, so that'll be really fun to watch.
I love the under. I'm not going to choose a side. If I had to lean, I would do North Carolina plus 6.5 because it's a rivalry game.
It could be close.
It's too big. Yeah,
I think rivalry games just
the under I am obsessed with. I think it's way too many points.
same.
Tate?
It is one of those games you just look at and you're like, dude, what in the world?
Yeah, we have 4 losses.
Hey, I'm trying not to let my proximity bias just feed into this. So I am just going to stick with the under. I like that. I mean, everyone at the beginning of the year was like, "Oh, Drake May is going to throw for 500 yards every single game and 5 touchdowns."
Yeah.
Clearly, that's not the case.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to stick with the under. I think it's going to be a good rivalry game. Should be fun in Death Valley. So
Wow, none of us have picked a side. That's crazy. What a line.
I don't want a side.
Has this ever happened where none of us take a side? Mike, are you taking a side here?
Oh yeah, I'm all over North Carolina.
Oh, the rider.
Oh my God, holy smoke. So
He's all max bet.
holy
don't get me
smokes.
wrong. Clemson's win over Notre Dame was massive. That was like very impressive. Like you get your flowers, congratulations.
Did you receive your
But
flowers,
then-
Mike?
No, he didn't get
I
any
had sent him like 6 bouquets. I don't know what he's talking about.
Send it to the wrong address.
No, I didn't. We live. What were you talking about? Anyways,
Send the wrong address.
I think people saw Clemson last week and they were like, "Oh my God, like they're gaining some momentum. They're doing a lot better." Georgia Tech sucks. Like, I don't know
Well, they beat
what
North
there is
Carolina.
to not understand about.
He didn't know that.
Well, okay. Here's the thing.
Swallow.
He didn't know that.
The team
Oh,
that killed Georgia Tech.
no. I'm sorry. I lost my place.
Are we live switching?
Georgia Tech's defense is ranked 113th in the nation. They are awful.
Yeah.
Like they are Lord Jesus awful.
Yeah.
I don't think it's impressive when Cade throws for 250 yards and 4 touchdowns against a 113th ranked defense in the nation. And I don't think it's impressive when Clemson's defense shows up against a number 40 offense when they're now going to face a top 15 in the Tar Heels. I mean, I'm all over. I'm just bing, bang, booming.
Easy. Plus 6.5.
Bing, bang, booming on the 6.5.
Is there money line sprinkles?
Taking the money line,
Ooh,
taking
plus
the
the
over
210.
58.5 because I do think while Clemson is not going to win this game, I think they're still going to be able to score since they're at home. But they're not going to stop UNC.
They're not
So
gonna stop.
just
No,
bing, bang,
no
boom.
chance.
Yeah, no
Over
There's no
UNC
North
plus
Carolina
6.5.
team total over.
Just bing, bang, just everything. Bang, bang, bang.
All in.
That makes me so excited.
Everything. Bang.
Now,
Banging everything.
that makes me so excited.
Mike's banging everything.
He's banging everything in
Everything.
North Carolina.
Yep.
Mario?
I think you might have to switch your mortal, Mike.
Oh. No.
All right.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, wow, that was a long
I don't know
process.
what his mortal is. All right, Mario.
I think I switched.
Yeah, I am actually on UNC here. Kind of like I feel pretty good about it. This just feels like any other rivalry game where like you just know it's going to be a battle. You know what I mean? I don't think this game, maybe like early Clemson might get outside the number, but I just think the Tar Heels, I don't know. I trust that offense to kind of stay within this. I think it's just a few too many points. I do like the under here as well. Clemson, I actually agree with Mike. I don't think Cade's going to like throw all over North Carolina.
They actually have a really good defensive line. North Carolina's D line.
Yeah. But I do think, I do think at home Clemson is going to run the ball well, which is why I think just like long drives from Clemson kind of eat clock. Also, like the time situation in college football this year, like just doesn't help overs. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I just like the under here a lot, and I do like North Carolina staying within. I do think there's a way where they can win outright. I think I lean more towards Clemson winning the game, but I just think I'd be surprised.
Number's too big.
I just think this point's is too big. I think if it was like 3, that'd be more realistic.
Yeah.
Then maybe I'd take Clemson, but more than 3, I just think this is like a classic. Like lose by a field goal, like Clemson, big win at home.
Yeah, it'll be a fun game to watch. Good measuring stick, like Ryan said, to see are we actually like if we hit our stride.
Because I like your guys. I like your defense. So I agree with.
Defense.
I think they do slow down North Carolina for sure.
Yeah.
I that's where I kind of disagree with Mike. I don't think North Carolina's going to roll over Clemson.
Not at home.
Drake May's good. They're going to put up points, but
Yeah.
it's not going to be a lot of points from either team. So
Okay. Next game is a big game, another rivalry game as it is. We're leading a rivalry week. We're going hot into it.
Yeah.
Kansas State at Kansas. Big game.
Big
Kansas
12.
State's -8
at Kansas.
at Kansas. Total 56.5. Tate, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about this a little later.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Nearly.
I love it.
So you're saying one of the legs of the mortals on this game.
Yes, sir.
I really hope it's the side I love.
Yeah, I hope it's the
I really
side
hope.
and the total
All
I
right,
love.
Ryan.
Nothing to say here. Kansas State -8.
Oh, I thought,
Better
you were
team.
I thought you were mortally too.
Better, no. Better team. They score more. They're just better. Kansas picks their spots sometimes. Like they beat Oklahoma or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they have weird spots.
What
but
do you
they're
like
not
on
that good.
on the total here?
Oh, over's a murder.
Oh, okay. I just
I mean, Kansas State, one of my favorite bets, their team total over. They score like crazy. They might not win games, but they score like crazy. Kansas is not going to just roll over at home. So over is free. Kansas State -8 free. Bing bang boom.
Yeah, I actually all over that with Ryan. 38% of bets and 83% of the money on Kansas State -8. So people are betting the home dog in Kansas, the sharp money, big money on Kansas State as road favorites. I'm riding that. That's what I like to see. That's my number one metric I look for in my bigger games. So yeah, this will be a couple unit play. I love Kansas State -8, and I really hope that's where you're going. Yeah, I really hope that's where you're going. But don't give it away. Poker face, don't give it away. Mike.
Wow, I just want to say I made a literal last-minute decision to change off of this game as my mortal because I was also going to do Kansas State -8 as my mortal.
Home dog Mike?
Wait, what do you mean you were
Ranked home
also
dog?
gonna do?
Why?
Is that what you think Tate is?
No, like I was going to choose this game as immortal. Like it would have been crazy if we both had the same game as immortal. But anyways, yeah, I'm doing Kansas State -8. Oddly, both teams have pretty much the same losses. So like they both lost to Oklahoma State and Texas, and then I think they both lost to Texas Tech also, which weird.
I don't think that's
Kansas
right.
State killed Texas Tech. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think that's right.
Kansas definitely lost to Texas Tech.
Kansas State killed them.
Anyways, Kansas State has a pretty solid rush defense, and I think that's where Kansas gets all of their traction. Not to mention Kansas State has a decent quarterback this year with Will Howard, throwing 2,200 yards and 21 touchdowns. I just like Kansas State here. I think they're a better team, and I think they're gonna roll 8.5 or 8.5 even, whatever.
Love
Take anything.
He wants that.
Take the
Yeah,
half.
give me
Mario,
a half point.
Are you
Extra
riding with
juice.
us on Kansas State?
I'm all over Kansas State -8 and the over.
Holy
Wow,
Wow.
bang!
Wait, were you on the over?
I didn't take a total.
No, I didn't
We
take
have
it.
a
didn't take it.
consensus Kansas State and
On
the
this
over.
side.
Well, we have 4.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
But, like,
yeah,
remember
hold
last time we had it with the Steelers? Consensus on the pick?
Well, so if watch his mortals Kansas
Oh, I'd be so
plus 8. Give it Kansas plus 8.
Just give me it.
All right,
Give me
well,
it.
we'll come back to that side
Oh my
in a
God.
second because obviously Tate, it's his mortal, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. Last game we're going to talk about probably the biggest game of the week.
Oh yeah,
For sure the biggest game
for
of the
sure.
week.
Yeah.
Sure, the biggest game.
And the wildest line
Wildest.
I have seen
Yeah, no.
in a
I
few
thought so.
days.
This is
Washington at Oregon State. Washington, their first underdog spot of the year.
Yep.
Oregon State's -2.5 at home against the 5th-ranked Washington, undefeated Washington, total 63.5. Tate, we are starting with you because you are the Pac-12 guy. I know our pick was Washington to win championship, where you say undefeated. What do you think about this line?
I think I'm going to be broke this week.
Yeah, same.
Yep.
It's Washington. The pick is Washington.
Yep.
The right bet is Oregon State.
For sure.
Yeah.
100%. Just going to bet it. I'm going to be happy that I bet it.
Washington, you're betting.
Washington. It's going to be Washington plus the 2.5.
Okay.
And I love the over.
The over 63.5.
Yes.
You love it.
I love it.
All right.
Yeah.
Ryan, I have a feeling I know where you're going. Where do you go here?
Yeah, I mean, the Pac-12 is the same every year. Everyone picks out a couple teams and go, oh, they're going to be good. And they play the rest of the Pac-12 and like this are dogs because the Pac-12 is shit and they all just beat each other. Oregon State -2.5 is just a bet. They're sneakily hot. DJ's having a sneaky top 10 quarterback season that nobody talks about. They're just playing good football. There's really nothing to it. It's the Pac-12. Anyone can beat anyone. Washington could win this game. I just like the home team here. Washington didn't look that great at home last week to me. I think Utah could have beat them. I think this is an open spot for Oregon State to make a move. And I can't go Pac-12 under, so I'll do the over 63.5.
Yeah, I want Washington very badly because I have the Washington futures. I have the Penix future. That all crumbles with a loss here in Oregon State.
Watch.
So this game will not be on my card, but if I'm picking a side, the side's Oregon State -2.5, unfortunately. I'm betting Washington money line, though. That's the bet I'm making. But as far as a total, you'd want to take the side Oregon State. It's the sharp plays for sure, Oregon State. But the bet that will be on my card is the under of 63.5.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not a popular bet by any means.
Yep.
But we have seen Washington sputter in spots against these teams, especially on the road.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Oregon State with DJ, primetime big games, I don't think they just go in there and roll over Washington. So this number is pretty big for the way I think this game's going to be played. I think a lot of punts. I don't think either team rolls here. I think it's going to be a pretty low scoring game. I can see like a 27-24 type game going either way. And so for that reason, I will be betting the under 63.5.
I am obsessed with Oregon State -2.5 here. I think if we look back on the Washington versus Utah game, Oregon State ranks not too far off from Utah's defense, and they were able to keep Washington within a 1-point win. I think Oregon State has a much better offense. DJ is having.
Didn't they win by 7?
5.
They won. No, they won by 7. They won by 7, which is a 1-point win. One score win. One score.
I was like, oh,
sorry,
wow.
dude, I'm on a roll tonight.
That
I'm saying
is crazy.
Dude,
They won by 7.
I think every marquee game
1-point
I've said the wrong thing in some way, but
Sure.
anyway,
Yeah,
sorry.
you're throwing
One,
us off.
I meant one score. I think Oregon State has a much better offense. Like Ryan talks about, DJ's having a sneaky, really good year. Actually, he's only thrown 4 interceptions, and one of the stats that I highlighted was Washington ranks number 78 in turnover differential with -1. Oregon State is number 4
Really
at plus 10. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. Obviously, DJ throwing only 4 interceptions contributes to that. And also, Oregon State is number 8 in sacks in the nation. They have really quick edge rushers. They're able to get back there. I think Oregon State -2.5 is easy here. Yeah, all the way.
Yeah, they can run the ball. Like
Watch the
crazy,
Pac-12 burn. I just choked trying to say that because I can't even stomach the fact that Washington might lose.
I'm going to go Oregon State -2.5.
Yeah.
It's a smart bet.
Honestly, I think they're going to win by like 9 or 10.
I love
Like, I actually think like they're just going to roll. I do love this over.
It's DJ back.
I've said this before when it was Washington versus Oregon that Michael Penix, I love him. He's electric, but like consistently in games, like you see just like these errant throws, like
Yeah, it's kinda
every
wild.
drive where it's like it like someone will be wide open and he just like sails it out of bounds. And I just think that combined with the pressure, Michael did bring up that they're number 8 in sacks or whatever, but
Yeah,
like
they're
I
really
just
good
knew like
defense.
I've just seen Oregon State play like they get to the quarterback, and then also just like a tough environment. on the road.
Yeah,
And
also-
with Washington, the past few weeks just not looking great. Like they've kind of like they peaked early.
Yeah.
They
and
mellowed out.
like I always just favor the teams that like don't peak early and kind of like gain momentum as the season goes on. So I think this is a perfect spot for Oregon State to win. Yeah, so just give me Oregon State and the over.
Yeah,
What were you
also
gonna say, Tate?
a little note. It is supposed to rain most of the day leading up to the game, and I think it's supposed to rain like in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, live change under. I forgot how good Oregon State's run offense is.
Yeah.
They're very good at running the ball, so I think they'll be in control most of the game.
Under
Yeah,
is.
that's
I love the under. Under, I just live switch. I love it.
Okay, I might live switch to the under.
Yeah, I love the under.
All right.
I love it.
I love it.
Live switch.
Love the
I love the live switches.
Love
Yeah.
The under. It is now time. Everyone's favorite
the
part
best
of
part.
the week. We get to
yeah.
give
Yep.
out all of our best bets, the college football card, and then lead into the mortal lock. So without further ado, let's talk some picks. We have reached that point of the show where we give you all of our bets that we are taking this week, known as our cards. Mario, as always, for college, kick us off.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us every bet you were taking this week in college football.
Do it.
Bing, game move.
Starting off, as usual,
Oh god.
Colorado plus the 4.5 against Washington State.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just easy. They're going to outright win this by a lot.
Bang.
I'll spread this.
Bang.
Minus 4.5.
Bang.
Whoa.
Georgia Tech, minus 6.5 against Syracuse. Nothing here. Nothing special. USC, sorry, Tate, minus 6.5 against UCLA. I think this game's going to be close, but I just think USC's offense will score. UCLA can't keep up with the pace, so they fall behind.
Chip Kelly has no idea what
There, I have no idea what's going on at UCLA. Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely not.
I don't
This
think
flag
any-
is going down this
We
week.
might be on our fourth quarterback this week.
No one knows what's going on at either program, to be
Yeah.
honest. Georgia, minus a 10 against Tennessee. Already talked about that. Missouri, minus 11.5 against Florida, Florida. They suck. A little double up here. LSU, minus 31 against Georgia State. And the over 71.5.
Such a good
We're
double.
getting into scary territory because they used to set it at like 58 and 60.
63, right?
And then now they're learning. They're like, oh, every game's in the
let's
mid-70s.
bump
Let's
it up
say the
almost
90
10 points.
points.
Give us
They're
80
gonna-
points.
They're going to score 9.
Oh, it's going to be mid-80s. There just
Yeah.
has to be. There's just no way.
They haven't lost.
UNC plus a 6.5 against Clemson. Already talked about that. Love the under. Under's also a little double up here. Under 58.5. Betting this game because I know it's gonna not cover. Texas minus 7.5 against Iowa State.
It's probably a good
It's
bet.
just a life hedge.
No, it's probably a good bet.
No, it's a life.
without Jonathan Brooks, yeah, and Steve hating.
He's betting on Texas.
Yeah. No, it's a life hedge.
Oh,
Yeah.
This guy.
So it's
He
a great bet.
just
You
just
know,
hears
it's
someone
great.
else say
Does
Texas
not
and he
listen.
thinks it's automatically.
betting
Yeah,
this,
I just-
not
I
on
just-
our
I'm
side.
putting it
Well,
on my
doing that
card.
against Mario.
The amount of
half
times,
off Zog.
the amount of times Mario supported Texas and Mike goes,
No, every time.
Yeah.
He just,
Every time.
No.
he doesn't
How
understand.
will be a
what's going
rider,
on.
Mike, if you're 8? Oh, no, right.
No, I write
Like-
Texas more than anyone else.
Lay.
That's facts.
Big facts.
That's not boy.
Yeah, they're not going
That's
to
not
cover,
dog for
so
show.
don't bet that. But it's on my card because life hedge. Oregon State minus 2.5 against Washington. Already talked about that. Kansas State minus 8 against Kansas. Also talked about that. Cal Stanford over 55.5 points.
yeah.
Points.
Points,
Cal
points,
overs starting to be another wagon for me. Oregon minus 23.5 against ASU. ASU's terrible. They're going to get destroyed. Notre Dame minus 24.5 against Wake Forest. Wake Forest, again, not too good. Bounce back game for Notre Dame.
Yeah.
They've been struggling a little bit. Ryan's team, Ohio State, minus 27.5 against Minnesota. They're starting to heat up. Marvin Harrison's starting to pop off.
Let go.
Him and Kyle McCord starting to get a little
Saucy.
spicy. Yeah. Kentucky, South Carolina, over 54.5. And last but not least, Miami, plus the 1 against Louisville.
Wow.
That is the card.
Suavemente.
Besame.
That was beautiful.
All right, Mike.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
All right. Well, we're going to go over the games we started off with. So, Georgia minus 10 against Tennessee. Georgia, Tennessee, under 58.5. Kansas State, minus 8 against Kansas, of course. Oregon State, minus 2.5 against Washington. I freaking love that line. All over it. Hook 'em horns, as we do every week. Texas, minus 7.5 against Iowa State. Probably a really, this is a tough spot.
It's not going to cover.
Yeah, it's a,
Outright love.
well, no, it definitely not that. But
Definitely not that.
this one's tough. As always, Colorado, Washington State, minus 4.5. Really bad spot also.
Yeah,
so the
yeah.
past two every week bets, just terrible. I would not hail them.
Yeah. Paid Mike.
But put it on my card, right?
What? I have to do it. Like this.
His hands are tied.
It's for America. You do it for the people.
Yeah, it's literally
They
like
need the
for
picks,
the
yeah.
You
people.
guys are for the
Hashtag
mic
Paid Mike.
writers.
Anyways, God, dude, what is with? Okay, all right. Anyways,
Talk to him, Mike.
Michigan minus 19 against Maryland. Maryland sucks. Michigan, Maryland under 50.5. Maryland's not
Ooh.
gonna score.
That's a small number.
No, they're not gonna score.
It's just going to be 49-0. Michigan.
Oklahoma minus 24.5 against BYU. Wyoming minus 13 against Hawaii. As we mentioned before, Hawaii need night. Wow.
Well said.
Are you speaking,
good. I
are
like
you
that.
speaking Hawaiian?
That's
What
well
is-
said.
Hawaii needs Troy Polamalu back, and they
Never
suck
had
at
him.
football.
Did he even go? He
No,
went to
went to
USC.
SC.
Yeah, that's
Went to SC.
No, I know, but like he's Hawaiian.
No, that's true.
Yeah,
Doesn't need the Hawaiian. But
like Red Raiders, the high school.
I keep
All right.
going because I can't.
So-
I can't do
What?
this.
I'm losing.
Let's get to the card.
Wake Forest plus 24.5 against Notre Dame. Both these teams suck. It's too many points. I'm only taking it because it's so many points. They both suck.
No, I love it. I love it.
Oregon minus 23.5. This team does not suck. Go Bo Nix against Arizona State. Arizona State does suck. And Missouri minus, as Mario said, Flo Rida minus 11.5. Bang.
That was an awesome card.
That was
awesome.
Bang.
That was super cool.
Tyler, how you feeling?
He crossed off a
Let's pick
couple.
show. Let me make my picks.
Yeah, Daphne.
He was editing his card while Michael was talking.
That's my dog for sure.
That's
All right.
my dog.
Let's make
my
some picks.
dog.
Let's make some picks.
It's a big show.
Let's pick show.
Big show.
Starting
dog,
every
so-
card the same way. Last 2 weeks has been brutal.
Yeah, let's get back on track.
Air Force minus 3 against UNLV.
There we go.
Shout out Kyle.
Shout out Kyle.
This is tough.
Air Force
You know.
evaporated. I mean, they
Lost to Hawaii, right?
they got killed by
Oh, they
Hawaii.
got killed by him. Yeah, they were
Hawaii
18.5 point favorites. They lost
I
by
had
like
them
15.
minus
That's a
18.
D2 school. I mean, how do you lose?
You know that was almost my mortal last week, and I changed
You're
it.
so freaking.
What, Hawaii?
Wait,
No,
Air Force
Force.
minus.
Oh
so
yeah,
sharp,
it was
it's
crazy.
ridiculous.
So yeah, Air
does
Force.
the October 7th timeline match up with Air Force crumbling? Like, because, all right, sorry.
Every time someone has to talk.
No, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. It's your show.
It's your show.
It's your
Mike
show.
This is Mike's show.
It's your show, Mike.
I
Go
apologize.
ahead.
no,
I
it's
apologize.
a big
What happened
show.
on October 7th?
What
Let's
happened?
have-
I mean, it's November.
Let's have that
We
conversation.
need that. We don't want to push it up.
It's
Let's
no.
have it.
It's
No,
November
we don't want to
14th.
have the
That's a
October
good
7th.
point. That's
It's
a good
November
point.
14th. What happened a month and a half ago to Air Force to make them lose the last 2 weeks?
No, I'm sorry.
No, it's your show.
No, good point.
Can I make?
Yeah.
My turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me know if you just want to take
No,
the
no,
mic.
no,
You know,
no.
It's your show.
Have Mike
Yeah,
read
yeah.
your card.
Yeah. So Air Force minus 3, UNLV.
Oh my god.
You good?
Yeah, we're good.
I'm great.
Yeah.
It's a big show. Let's give us a
Big
pick.
show. Hey, are you gonna read your picks?
No, I'm trying. I mean, I'm on my first. I'm on my first pick. It was, how long do you want the show to be? Like, I'm trying to read a card. You can't even let me get a word out.
Yeah, I didn't say
All right. Fuck, dude. All right. Air Force minus 3 against UNLV. Georgia minus the 10. Arizona minus 1. Louisville minus 1. Kansas State minus 8. Oregon State, Washington under 63.5. Those are all the games we talked about. Those are the picks I gave out that I'll be betting. Moving on, Friday game. UTSA minus 16.5 against South Florida. Love that line. If you're watching this Friday, hurry up, get that bet in. It kicks off pretty soon. Oregon, Arizona State under 53.5. I don't think many points are scored. Arizona State's bad. I think this is a low-scoring game. LSU, Georgia State over 71.5. Like Mario said, this game's in the 80s. I love it. Both teams score a lot of points. Georgia State scores too. So, and LSU's defense isn't very great. So, love this number. Love this number. They couldn't make this high enough for me to bet the under. USC, UCLA over 65.5.
Points. Wow.
I love this over. I love it so much. This game is going to be a shootout. I just love it. I just love it so much. USC, their defense couldn't stop a high school team. So this
They might have to face a high school quarterback.
they might
literally,
be. So yeah, 65.5. Love the over. Tulane, Florida Atlantic under 47.5. I like the Rutgers Penn State under 41.5 as well. Army plus the 4 at home against Coastal Carolina. They win this one outright. UMass plus 27.5 against undefeated Liberty. Liberty's 10-0. Everyone's talking about them as being a really good team. This is way too big of a number. I think it's like a 14, 15-point game. So love UMass plus the points here. This is actually almost my mortal. Wyoming minus 13 at home versus Hawaii. Hawaii's not good. Tulsa plus 2.5 at home against North Texas. They win that one outright. Kentucky minus the 2 at South Carolina. South Carolina frauds. I said it all year. Kentucky, everyone thought was really good. They played a couple hard teams. Haven't been looking great. Bounce back spot here. They win big. And last game, NC State plus 2.5 at Virginia Tech.
Wowzer. That wasn't that bad. You condensed it a little bit.
Yeah, only 18 picks.
Only
I
18.
had, I think,
Good
20,
sharp.
26 last week.
Yeah, you sharpened
So, yeah,
up. I like it.
sharpened
Can't
it up.
complain. All right, let's get boiling here. We're starting one off with the wagon. UTSA minus 16.5 for South Florida. They've covered 5 of the last 6 games. They will not stop. Bang, bang, bang. UTSA, South Florida over 67.5. They also score points. Louisville, Miami under 46.5. Like we talked about, love the under. Penn State team total over 30.5. I think they just score. Easy game.
38.5?
The 30.5.
Oh, I was going to say I have under 41.5.
Oh,
That's
no,
okay.
no. 30 flat. 30 flat. I know.
That
that'd be
number- that
rough.
number
That wouldn't
scared
add up. Oklahoma, BYU over 57.5. Oklahoma's going to score a ton. Mississippi State minus 14 for Southern Miss. Mississippi State should never be over 3-point favorites in their entire existence.
Yep.
That's why I'm betting the minus 14. Middle Tennessee minus 7.5 for UTEP. Crappy pick of the week won a couple times, so I'm riding it. Middle Tennessee.
Middle Tennessee,
Look pretty
baby.
good. Utah team total over 22 versus Arizona. I think they win. I think they score. Duke minus 3.5 versus Virginia. I might be just a fish, but like it's just Duke versus Virginia. Like
Yeah.
football versus terrible football. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but whatever. UAB minus 7.5 versus Temple. Temple sucks. UAB's they fly around the field. Tennessee plus 10 against Georgia. Already talked about it. Bang. USC minus 6.5 versus UCLA. I think UCLA is on a downward spiral. I think USC they still put up points and
No.
play in games.
Yeah.
They don't, and then they lose at the end. I think they win. It'll be easy. TCU minus 13 versus Baylor. Once again, too many points for TCU. Should be a murder. Ohio State team total over 37.5. Bang. Auburn minus 24 versus New Mexico State.
Yeah.
If Auburn is ever 20-point favorites, you take them. I don't give a crap. I mean, that makes no sense. Broken line. Auburn minus 24 murder.
Yeah.
Cal Stanford over 55.5. Cal's been scoring out of their universe. LSU minus 31. I love LSU. LSU team total over 48.5 versus Georgia State. I love it. I can't get off it.
That's insane.
I know. I have to. They hit it every week. It's impossible to not bet. Iowa State plus 7.5 versus Texas. Weird line. I think Texas wins by 7. Just a weird line, but I like the points there. And Kansas State, Kansas over 56.5. Points. And then ending with one of my favorite games of the week because I've been betting these two team total overs like crazy. SMU Memphis. They play each other. My 2 favorite team total overs play each other. So obviously I'm taking the over 6.5. I'm putting Memphis team total over 29. And to end every card, SMU team total over 38. Bang.
Wow,
Bang.
that must be your game of the week. I mean, that's just
Oh yeah, I'm all in.
Points.
If they like first quarter have 4 punts, I'm leaving the country.
I just had,
Leaving the country.
I just had so many live ads to my card because 2 of those games were literally my exact logic, and then you just said them out loud, and I was like, wow, why didn't I put that on my card?
So what are you adding?
I'm live adding Mississippi State minus 14 because literally they're so bad.
They're so bad.
that like when I saw them minus 14 against Southern Miss, I was like, wow, Southern Miss must just be down bad. So live add that. Also live add Auburn minus 24 again.
New Mexico
I mean, actually they've been heating up past few
so-
weeks. So live adding
Touchdown
that.
favorites.
And then I forgot to say the Kansas State over 56.5. That's also on
There you
my
go.
card.
Couple live
3 ads. Wow.
Like it.
Tate, round
Triple
us out
ad.
here.
Well, 2
Triple
were
dip.
live ads. One I just
Yeah.
skipped. Yeah.
Triple dip ads.
All right, it's only appropriate if I start this week's card like I did last week, going off of Ryan. SMU team total over of 38 at Memphis.
Love it.
We're gonna go with Ole Miss minus 37 against UL Monroe.
Oh, that's
Wow,
a,
that's a
that's a number.
Big spreads this week. Good teams playing really bad teams. There's going to be a lot of slaughters. Speaking of slaughters,
Tyler,
Auburn minus 24 against New Mexico State. Arizona State, Oregon over 53.5. Oregon minus 23.5 against Arizona State. Ohio State, Minnesota over 48.5. Minnesota didn't look too bad last week. I think they're going to have to really make a case for Marvin Harrison to be Heisman so they can get him the ball or score a lot of points.
Oh, yeah.
Over. Utah, Arizona over 44.5. Utah plus the 1 against Arizona. Washington plus the 2.5 against Oregon State. I'm really going to be betting the money line. Just 2.5 for the card. And then Arkansas minus 29.5 against FIU.
Jesus.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
that's another line.
No, there's levels to this. There's just no way. And then my crappy pick of the week. Tulane, I've been saying this. They're frauds. Give me FAU plus the 9.
Oh, I love it.
This is an outright spot for them to win too, by the way, because if they win this game, I think they have one more game or 2 more games after this.
One more game.
One more game after this. If FAU wins this game, they're bowl eligible.
That's lit.
Electric.
Dude, that I love.
At home again.
Crappy pick of the week.
Crappy pick
9
of
and
the
2.
week. Yep.
9 and 2.
9-2-1. Yeah.
9-2-1, 9-2-1, 9-2-1. All right, those were your cards. I love a lot of the picks. I love a lot of games. Let's talk some upsets. Upset time. We didn't hit an upset last week. We're giving out our best plus money picks of the week. I've got a lot of juice coming.
Yeah.
But Mario, we're starting on that side with you. Tell us who your upset of the week is. Are you going Colorado again?
No, they're only plus 160,
Not
and
enough
I'm
juice.
down.
It's not enough juice for
I'm
Mario.
down 4.5 units. So honestly, dude, I was looking at it and I was like, I don't know what to bet. And then I just kind of like looked at a line. I was like, I like that. No logic behind it.
I like it.
It's just all feel.
Yeah, no, I like it.
Yeah. It's just going to be Baylor plus 375 against TCU. TCU is a team that can just ghost. So, yeah, no logic behind it. Baylor just like randomly, like 2 times a year, they just have a few weeks where they just go crazy for no reason.
Yeah.
And they're just terrible.
It'll either be a Baylor outright win or TCU by 50.
Yeah, there's no in between.
That's why I like it. That's why
So, like, just Baylor plus 375. Made it, get us back.
No,
in
I
the
like
game.
it.
Yeah.
I like it.
He's back.
I am going to talk about a team that we already mentioned in the Wednesday recap, and that team is going to be the Bills playing the Jets. Taking the Jets at plus 270. The Bills just fired their offensive coordinator, not to mention Josh Allen is having yet another just turnover-heavy year. Jets have a really, really good defense, and I think they might be able to capitalize here. It's juicy enough. I like the value. Plus 270. Bing, bang, boom. Just zip, zang, zap on out of it.
Division game?
I love that.
Yeah,
I
bang.
love that line.
Bang.
Oh, yeah. Biggest upset I've ever given out. Biggest one by far. I'm
No, this is
0-11.
crazy.
Oh my
If
goodness.
I win this
You almost
upset, I go up 24 units on the season.
What
This
do you
is
mean by that?
3,500. 35 to 1 on this bet.
There's can't be a
Wait,
division
what?
team.
It is. It is. UL Monroe at Ole Miss. UL Monroe plus 3,500. Listen to this. Listen.
There's a 0%
Don't
chance.
they have like
For all the
a
coins.
win though?
Huh?
Like, doesn't UL Monroe have a win or two? Like, they're not like a winless team. How are they so like? That's crazy.
Are you going to let him talk, Mike?
Oh yeah. I forgot.
No, keep bringing it up.
Wait,
No, I
what
forgot.
do you mean don't they have a win? I'm picking them to win.
No, never. Yeah. I'm just curious how the line is.
He's
so,
wondering if they have a win on the season.
Ole Miss
Yeah.
is, what, ranked 12?
Oh.
13.
Yeah,
13.
versus unranked.
UL Monroe's
Yeah.
ranked 127.
Ah.
Yeah. This game, I'm taking a shot. It's big spread. It's 37-point spread. Ole Miss has absolutely nothing to play for. They will not get up for this game. So that's my only logic. It was kind of similar early season to UAB at Tulane. Obviously, Ole Miss is a different beast as a whole. But I just think Ole Miss, they're depressed. The SEC teams don't have anything to play for besides Georgia and Bama. The championship's already set. Ole Miss has nothing. They're going to look at this game on the schedule and just look past it. They're not even going to think. I'm taking a shot. I like the 35 to 1. Obviously, this game is never like you're never betting this to plus 1,000, but you're getting 35 to 1. I'm putting $100 on this game. Oh my God. I'm going to bet it in Vegas. I'll take a picture of my bet slip. We will post it. Putting $100 on this game to win $3,500. So
Wow.
Let's go.
I mean,
I might get a UL Monroe.
I think I have a better idea for a short. What if we just dip it in oil and light it on fire?
No, I love it. That's actually hilarious.
I might do both.
Live switch. You can do it to the bet slip at least. So you're
Yeah,
not-
I'll do it to the bet slip.
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
burn the bet
Yeah,
slip.
yeah, You get 2
After it wins. No, I'm
Yes,
kidding.
that's a good.
Don't collect the money.
I don't need.
That's how you set the tone.
Yeah, you got to set the tone going in.
My upset. I'm kind of getting on to upsets. I should have hit last week. Colorado should be 3 for 3 in the last 3 weeks. I'm going with the dog that I had all year. I gotta stick with it. Tennessee plus 310 versus Georgia. I just think the Bulls are gonna ball it at home. It's just one of those spots. A tough game, divisional game. Nothing really to it. Georgia could kill them. I like the plus 310. Ride with the Bulls. Hopefully they win that.
Yeah,
be
something to
right.
support that. The person I know who has watched the most Georgia football their entire life, over
Said this is
50
the
years,
game.
said he thinks Tennessee should be favored in this game. He said
Yeah,
this,
he did say
He said
that.
this is the game he thinks Georgia
I just
loses
love
if they
it.
lose one. So
Shout out.
yeah. Tate.
I've been so close the last like 3 or 4 weeks. In a row.
Yeah.
Like literally 3-point losses in 3 straight.
Yep.
For my
You're
upsets.
the only one who's like upset pick is actually like
Close.
I'm gonna go back to the well. We're gonna take Iowa State against Texas at home this week plus 255. I mean,
Wow.
TCU had the chance to win the game last week, couldn't pull it out.
Horns down.
Sorry, Mike. Not sorry.
You're 0 for 1 on Bang against Texas.
Oh!
I hope that.
Bad pick, Tate. You said you're 0 for 1.
I mean, I'm just.
small sample size.
TCU covered easily, but you know,
Easily.
my plus 350 didn't hit. I mean, that's not. I mean, they if they play the game 4 more times or 3.5 more times, TCU wins the game.
Especially the other
I
half.
mean, yeah, we didn't have a coin, but okay, yeah, continue.
So yeah, plus 255. Iowa State. I mean, they're just it's a spot here. They're at home, right? The home dog. Absolutely love it.
Mike
I
loves
mean,
the home dog.
It's a spot.
It's a spot. You said your running back is injured. He's out for the year.
No, he's out. Yeah, torn
Yeah.
ACL. I just think Iowa State sucks. But
Oh well, I mean, all right.
yeah.
Well, yeah, there's
Opinion.
that.
I think
Also,
I think
I-
they don't suck.
Well, hey, I'm gonna.
Do nothing. All right.
Yeah, do nothing.
That's something to say about all these
I'll
upsets.
support from the
Something
back,
to say about
but
all
I'm
the
also
upsets.
not gonna really support from the back because I can't. So, go Tate.
All right.
All right.
Well, yeah.
Thanks, yeah.
Go
There's your,
Cyclones.
there's your upset. Mortal time. Finally, mortal time. Let's talk the mortal locks.
Hey, if you like free money, I need you to listen up right here.
The Subscriber Picks Parlay is a free roll we give to every subscriber, allowing anyone the chance to win up to $1,200 each week.
We put our own money at risk every single week on our 5 best bets, what we call Mortal Locks.
And if our parlay hits, we'll be raffling off all of our winnings to one lucky subscriber who supports our amazing show.
Like the videos, comment on the videos, click that subscribe button below. We've already paid out $350 in our Mortal Lock Parlay winnings, and you're gonna be next.
It is Mortal Lock time. This is where we will tell you our best bet of the week. Parlay everyone who's in the who's not relegated together in the parlay, and give you what bets you are sweating and tell you how much that will pay. So obviously one of us is not participating in the parlay this week.
Yeah, I know.
It's this guy. Double relegation, bag on his head. So we're gonna do the mortals that count for the parlay first, what you're sweating, and then we will come back to bag on.
pretend
your
I'm
head.
not here.
Yeah, just invisible shield. Tate, kick us off. What is your mortal lock?
Well, we talked about it earlier in the show. It was on the Kansas versus Kansas State game. I think everyone chose Kansas State. Sorry, boys, we're going with Kansas. State minus the 8. It is now a consensus pick.
Consensus. 6
Bet consensus picks and bet Tate's more.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
this just
last
makes
week
me
was a
love it
bang.
even more.
All over it.
Kansas State has beaten Kansas by 8, list number 8 or more, like 12 out of the last 13 games they've played, and they have won this rivalry game, no matter where it is, for 14 straight years.
What are we doing here, boys?
I don't really need to say much more. Kansas State is a much better team.
Consensus,
It's not
maybe.
close. They had almost every single player return last year as the Big 12 championship team last year. This should be a no sweat winner in Kansas. I feel like I'm gonna watch Oklahoma versus who they play West Virginia last week.
Yeah,
It's gonna be just fun game.
Murder.
Last time
Murder.
we consensused a mortal, it was Steelers -3 last week, and that hit. So
Bang.
definitely gonna be betting that. It's on all of our cards.
Oh, yeah.
My mortal is one similar to last week. No one's going to want to touch. I promise this is a game no one likes. No one's gonna like this pick. I barely even like the pick, but let me tell you why. The pick is UCLA plus 6.5.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yep, it is an ugly game. No one wants it.
You're insane.
I'm
You're
just
literally
telling you.
Jarvis. You're Jarvis.
I'm telling you, no one wants this game. Everyone's off UCLA. They've completely fallen apart. It's chaos over there. We all know USC is terrible. They've lost 4 of their last 5 games.
Yep.
46% of the bets are on UCLA, so it's pretty split on the bet sheet. 91% of early money on UCLA, plus the 6.5. It is the biggest differential on a spread for early sharp money there is.
Wow. Tate hammered
All
UCLA.
big money is taking UCLA here. The line opened at 12. It is now 6.5.
Dude, Chip's got something going on. He's brewing something.
I don't know what's gonna happen this game. All I know is I'm 4-2 in my last 6 mortals.
He's hot.
The 4 that I hit, they're all ugly games. No one wants to touch them. This is one of those games. No one had UCLA plus 6.5 on their cards.
Nope.
I love it. Laying the foundation. We're setting the standards here. We're picking games no one wants to pick. We're going against the grain. We're doing the hard-nosed work. UCLA plus 6.5. More to lock.
Love it.
Wow. I want to carry the momentum into this one. Unfortunately, similar to Ty, is also going to be a game and a pick that I don't think many people enjoy. But similar to Ty, I hope we all end up riding like I am with Tyler's UCLA. Anyways, I'm going to go Jags minus 6.5 against the Titans. We're going back to the NFL.
Love that.
Yeah, love that.
That's a great pick.
Oh, I thought we were going to hate it because the Jaguars got annihilated last week by the 49ers.
I mean, they're not playing the 49ers again.
Well, okay. Well, there we go. That is pretty much my logic for it.
Depends on-
I think the Jags have to go back, kind of recuperate a little bit, get the wheels going, rolling back to inform. Wow, that is a tough one. I am stuttering.
You're
yeah,
what?
we're
Did you just stutter on stutter?
Do we need to take him to the hospital?
He
Pause.
just stuttered saying the word stutter.
pause, rinse, repeat.
You want the plastic bag, man?
No. Anyways, Jaguars are 6-3 against the spread. The Titans are 4 and 5 against the spread.
That's well said.
Clearly one has an advantage there.
That's good.
Jaguars. I'm done talking. I can't talk.
Jaguars.
Jaguars minus 6.5. Just
Mario,
yeah.
let's
You're
hear
back
it.
to NFL
What
now.
is everyone betting this week?
Yeah.
I'm all in. I'm all in.
What are we parlaying with
10-2.
What are we parlaying with my crappy pick?
10-2, 10-2, 10-2.
All in, all in.
I'm 10-2. Wow.
Oh yeah.
My pick this week is going to be Michigan minus 19 against Maryland.
Bang!
Oh, wow.
I love it.
I love it. All the way on the card now. Bigger play on the card. Bang.
Anything you want to say about it?
I'm all in.
Ryan reminded me over the weekend that I don't know when I made this bet. I don't know if it was preseason or maybe like
Yeah, it's preseason.
was it preseason? I said that there's no way Michigan would beat Maryland by 20 or more points.
And the line's exactly.
So this line is 19. So maybe it's a push.
You win and you push your mortal. I'm shocked.
That's electric.
Yeah.
that's electric.
But even if Michigan does win by more than 20 points, then my mortal hits.
Perfect edge.
And then I win on betting my mortal. So
So you're sharp.
either way I win.
So I won
Wow.
$100.
I don't
Okay.
lose this week.
What an interesting parlay we have.
Yeah.
So let me recap the picks. Tate, Kansas State minus 8.
Yes, sir.
I love that.
UCLA plus 4.5.
Also love that. pick.
Jags minus 6.5. Washington Michigan minus 19.
Shout out Jim
Those
Harbaugh.
4 picks hit. Those are the 4 in the parlay. We are paying one person who likes, comments, and is subscribed $600.
Bang.
$600.
Subscribe,
Free
It's
money.
Free.
We are putting the
Like, comment,
parlay.
subscribe.
Share.
We are
Free.
betting it
Free.
as hard as we can.
Free.
Free.
That's the parlay. Ryan, you have to make a pick to get out of
I
relegation.
don't deserve to talk. You just look at this and you can tell it. Yours.
Oh, that's kind of
Ryan's mortal this week
Ryan's
is
mortal is LSU Georgia State over 71.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
10-0.
Okay.
Make it 11-0 on
He
over
just
LSU.
Yeah, no, I like that.
It's on my cards.
Back,
I'm scared.
back,
No,
to
I like-
old, back to old faithful.
Yeah.
No, the ones that never miss don't lose. I had Oklahoma game of the year.
Well,
and they
okay,
didn't lose.
dude. No.
Oh,
Might
God.
have to live change.
Jeez.
This might just be like LSU 69-0.
Yeah, oof. All right.
Okay. It's okay.
I like it. we need to get you out of relegation. But that's it. That's the show. That's the parlay. Those 4 legs. We're paying you $600. All you have to do, like, comment, and subscribe. We usually end with Tate with the outro, but obviously, Ryan, take us home here.
Wherever this mic is, all you have to do is like, comment, subscribe, get free money each week, whether it's me being stupid as or us hitting our mortals. Free money, free picks, subscribe, like, comment, share with a friend, and have a great week of college football sports betting. See you tomorrow, baby.
Yeah, see you.